I wanted to talk to you about starting a business. And so the first step is to actually brainstorm, brain dump, write it down, get your Google Docs out or get your paper and pad out, whatever works for you. Get it out, start brain dumping, brainstorming. Talk to people that you confide in, people in your circle of trust, people that you know will give you good advice and will give you good direction, and have conversations with them. Talk to them about the business that you're planning or the ideas that are popping into your head. And you never know what kind of advice you might get from those people. And so when you start brainstorming, brain dumping, and putting all your ideas there, they don't have to make sense. I know I'm the kind of person that when I'm brain dumping, I really need it to look clean and perfect. Even my brain dump needs to look perfect to me. And then I have to keep reminding myself, hey, listen, this is a brain dump. You're going to go back in and filter it out. You're going to go back in and organize it. And so I have to really keep saying that to myself. So if you're like that, just keep brain dumping, and if you need to, organize in between, but don't stop yourself because it doesn't look perfect. Perfection is something that's not attainable, because once you achieve whatever you think is perfect, you're now trying to achieve something else. And so just start with a brain dump and start confiding in people that you trust and getting some guidance. And then what you want to do is take that and put it into a business plan. Business plans can sound daunting. Business plans can sound overwhelming, but the reality is that you need a business plan. And the reason is because the business plan now takes your entire brain dump and organizes it, and also allows you to forecast issues and problems and project how much you need to make at a certain time and how viable your business is. Now, of course, they're projections, of course, they're estimates, but at the same time, you get a good, solid footing of where you are starting. So business plans are essential. They help you really give clarity to your vision, and it helps you put your vision into a format. And a lot of times when you are looking for investors, or when you're looking for a small business loan, or when you're looking for somebody else to help you financially, they want a business plan. They want to know, where are you going with this vision? This is great, but have you done the market research? Have you figured out how much money you truly need, or is this money that you think you need? What are your expenses? So all these things will fall into a business plan. And market research is important, and it's definitely something that is part of the equation. So you should definitely, put yourself out there, do some market research if you need to, especially for the business plan, and figure out the need for what service or product you are about to put into the market. So after you do your brainstorming, brain dumping, business plan, you're now going to start thinking of names for your business. And you might have already started thinking of a name while you were creating the business plan, which is wonderful. But your business plan should also have consideration of what kind of intellectual property is your business going to be creating. That includes the name of your business, that includes any type of content that you are creating that has copyright protection, that includes any type of trade secrets that you might have, or things like that, or patents that your business might have. Now, when you have a name for your business and you've thought of a name and you're like, this is wonderful, I really want to go forward with this, I urge you to pause for a second. I urge you to do research. Nowadays, because of Google, because of the internet, we really have a lot of the basic search engines at our disposal to find out whether or not a name is something that you can use. Because a lot of times, we might think the name is available. We might think it's something that, hey, no big deal, nobody else is using it, it doesn't matter. But the reality is that you could be infringing on somebody else's already existing trademark. And that would be a big problem, because if you start a business and you start a business with a certain name and that name already is trademarked, and you've created all of this merchandise for your business with your logo, with your brand name, with the edifice of your business building also has the signage says that name, and all of a sudden you're told, oh, you can't use that name, you're done. You've spent so much money on this name that was never yours to begin with. So I urge you that before you start indulging yourself in all of this signage and merchandise and all these things that you would be using your brand name on, do a basic search. The basic search like Google, and then also social media, and then also USPTO. So once you figured out the name and you are like, this is awesome, I'm going to go forward with this name, then you move on to your entity formation. A lot of times people want to just start with a sole proprietorship. They are one-man show, and it's okay. A lot of times it is okay. You just really have to determine what is your risk factors and your liability exposure, and then also what doesn't make sense tax-wise for you. I am a proponent of LLCs for the most part, but there's times when you do need to incorporate as a corporation. And you have to just see what works for your business and what makes sense. Talk to your CPA, talk to a lawyer, find out what is the best fit with your business and what aligns with your business strategy. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that law is put into place and you're leveraging it as part of your business strategy, not something just to protect yourself, but part of your business strategy. And that way you are now thinking about the future. You're thinking about 10 years down the line, what's the big picture? Where do I want to be in 10 years? And so what do I need to do today in order for me to be there in 10 years? Now, after you have figured out the entity formation, now you're signing up, you need to do an EIN. So your EIN number is your employer identification number. It's a number that's required for the IRS, for federal tax identification number. It's a 9-digit set of unique numbers that protects your business and provides the corporate veil, but also identifies your business. A lot of times, if you're a sole proprietor, you don't need an EIN number and you can use your social security number. But having an EIN number really helps because it also helps with getting bank accounts and getting loans, and also helps with hiring employees and tax reporting. So it just adds extra oomph to your business, but it also makes your business look professional and in the eyes of third parties. So EIN numbers are important and it's free to get. You just go to the IRS and you literally can put in your name and get an EIN number. Now, if we go to from the EINs and getting your business foundation set up, also what I really urge is to have separate bank accounts for your business, whether you are solo, general, LLC, corporation, or anything in between. You need to have a separate bank account for your business. Have your funds separate from each other. They should not be commingling in any form or fashion. So with a separate bank account, you also need to get a separate credit card for your business. So that way you can use your credit card for business expenses rather than using your personal bank account, your personal things for business expenses. And make sure that you don't use the credit card for your business for personal expenditures. Now you are going to kind of go into any type of licensing that your business might need or permits that your business might need. Go to your local, your state, and federal. Those are the 3 areas that you need to look, because sometimes local ordinances might require certain permits and licenses, whereas a state may not or the federal may not. So make sure you have satisfied all types of requirements that you might need. So don't forget it. Sometimes it's forgotten, and you need to go and make sure that you're getting the right permits and licenses that you do need for your business and in the state that you are conducting business, and also local laws as well. Now, for your finances, get a bookkeeper or a CPA. I made that mistake by not doing it in the beginning. And I think it's such a huge mistake. It's an investment that you want from day one. Because if day one your books are clean, your books are organized, you are going to be golden when it comes around to tax day. You're going to be golden when it comes around to trying to get a loan or money from someone else, or just, making sure that you can pay the bills and pay your employees, because, hey, you want to scale, you want to grow. And in order for you to scale and grow, you have to have money. And if you don't have money because you're confused about it, get a bookkeeper now or a CPA now. So make sure that you can project and scale and grow. Now, building your brand, we're excited about the name. We're excited about all of these other things that are happening in our business. And we want to be protective of our brand. We want to be protective of our business. If the name that you have created is something that you're like, oh yeah, this is absolutely something that describes my brand so well and identifies my brand, that when somebody sees it, they know it's my brand, trademark it. Trademark it sooner than later. Because if you know you're married to it, you know this is it, run for it, do it. You can do a state trademark registration. You can do a federal trademark registration. State protects you in the state, federal protects you nationally. And you also have the ability then to internationally extend your trademark depending on the countries, and you might have to just go and do it there too. But the idea is to be protective of your trademark, be protective of your brand, whether that is the brand name or the mini trademark, things that you're creating, whether it is a program or a course or something that's very specific to your business and it's a brand identifier, then don't be scared to start thinking about the trademark and going down the trademark route and protect your business from day one. Now, this was a lot of information, a lot of information about starting a business, but I want you to not be scared to take that next step. That next step might seem overwhelming, but really it's just maybe opening up your laptop, getting the Google Doc out, or getting a pen and paper and just writing. And then take each step piecemeal. You don't have to do everything overnight. You don't have to do it in a week. You're creating your own timeline. Remember that. I just was very fondly reminded that by myself this past week, that I am creating my own timeline. And if I'm creating my own timeline, I don't need to be stressing myself because they're self-inflicted due dates. And so have something that's manageable, create something that you know is achievable also, but also something that is helping you reach your goals. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to email, to send me a DM. I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful to you, share it with somebody else as well. And of course, grab the show notes so you know the different aspects that you need for starting a business. And good luck to you.